And Scopa is no closer to understanding why people are still living on the Cape Town Central Line. Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts visited the railway line, which has been closed since 2019 due to thousands of illegal structures on or around it. The committee then hauled the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, the City of Cape Town and all those responsible for human settlements to appear before it. But several hours of presentations just left committee members frustrated. Ayesha Ismail reports.
PRASA, Human Settlements, the City of Cape Town, the Housing Development Agency and Public Works and Infrastructure. They were meant to come with progress reports and solutions. Instead, they ended up pointing fingers at one another. The main question that needed to be answered was why thousands of people who illegally settled on the Cape Town Central Line before and during COVID have not been moved. The lines most affected are Philippi, Khayelitsha, Nyanga and Langa. It will cost hundreds of millions of rand to move the people and to replace vandalized and stolen infrastructure. PRASA says while it waits for a lasting solution, it started the relocation process.
Because the land that we are relocating them to is still within the rail reserve. And therefore it remains a temporary interim solution, because you cannot settle people permanently within your rail reserve. So we need to get that long-term solution in terms of where, and I think the enumeration has been done in terms of the numbers, where we need to relocate the impacted settlements on a permanent basis. As I've mentioned, there's a willingness to move.
The City of Cape Town says it identified 12 parcels of land for relocation, but only 2 were deemed feasible. People in the other 10 areas either objected, or there were service constraints or exorbitant selling prices. The city also cited certain bylaws as obstacles. The illegal occupiers have also made it clear that they would want to be close to schools, transport and shops. But the chairperson of Scopa had had enough of excuses.
Get the job done. Shape up or shape out. This is not acceptable, it's not acceptable. The longer you sustain what is on the railways, now, the bigger your problems in the future. It is in everybody's collective interest to get those people off the railways. Whether you view it from a governance perspective, from a political perspective, a humanitarian perspective, whatever vantage point, get those people off the railways.
Hlengwa told the parties to go away and find a way to work together for the good of all.
I'm sitting here and I'm listening to fragmentation, disjointedness and a lack of cooperation, leading me to no other conclusion other than to say that you have all failed in the implementation of the protocol. You have failed. My only conclusion is that the failure of this project has got a benefit down the line. For who I don't know at this point.
Ayesha Ismail, Parliament.